Forever. Dog.
You just need to face your fears, okay?
Please, Mac. The flight from LA to Vancouver is easy. It's short.
How big's the plane?
A normal size.
I just want you to-
average size plane.
Okay.
Two rows.
Whatever size
3
makes
seats
you
each.
feel more comfortable, Mac, that's the size that it is.
Listen, I'm gonna go, especially if there's trading cards involved. But
What if I told you your HP goes up every time you get on a plane, Mac?
What if I told you I'd have
What if I
doubloons?
told you you
I'd have
level up?
doubloons waiting.
I have to blues.
They literally call me every day to change my blood work based on what I got in the morning, like to change my shots. So depending on what they read in the hormones, they like change your levels of shots and stuff like that.
And
then
they call you to tell you every day?
Yeah, every day.
Wow.
Even though it is such precision science, it's just like, it's so witchy, you know? It's like it's so mystical. And then today they're like, I'm triggering tonight. So, but I have to trigger at an exact time.
Trigger?
Yeah, I have to trigger my eggs to come out. It has to be at a certain time. And then my surgery will be exactly 36 hours after the shot.
Wow.
So I have to do it at the specific time.
Wow.
Isn't that
Do you
crazy?
have to go under for your surgery?
Yeah, it's called twilight anesthesia. You don't need like a breathing tube, but you're under.
Okay.
Not a fan of anesthesia, I gotta say. I've met a number of anesthesiologists, and those guys are kind of weird. No offense, anesthesiologists, but you guys know. You know who you are.
Kind of weird how?
They're like kind of like druggy. Like they
Yeah,
really
they
into that.
literally
That's
do
what
drugs.
they're. Yeah, they literally are like druggists, and so like they're always like a little like woo.
Druggist.
They're like kind of loopy.
Okay.
Anyway, it's a whole other week, and I still haven't gotten my eggs out. Crazy.
Well, it's just, you're just a late bloomer.
I'm
we
a late
covered
bloomer.
this on the last
Here,
episode.
wait, let me put on a hat.
Oh, there you go.
So, like, I feel very blessed as a queer woman that this conversation is so expected in your relationship of,
Oh.
are we going to have kids? Who's going to carry? What's going to blah, blah, blah. What's it like in a straight relationship when I feel like, obviously,
They
it's not
definitely talk about
assumed.
kids, because I've had a few friends that have gone through breakups because of that.
Yeah. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking if I was a straight woman and I had a boyfriend and I didn't want to have kids, I would feel incredibly guilty. That's what
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
is
yes.
like
yeah.
I'm thinking. And so I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, thank God I'm queer
Mhm.
because I can have this conversation and it's expected to have this conversation, and
Right.
also nothing is expected of either partner, I guess.
And in society at large, if you're a woman in a relationship with a man and you don't want to have kids, there are a lot more assumptions made and questions about like what's wrong with you, or you only say that now, you're going to change your mind, you're going to regret it. There's all this pressure put on women and people in general, but especially on women, to like want to have kids, and that there's something missing or you have some sort of deficit if you don't have that desire. Whereas in a queer relationship, if you decide to not have kids, I feel like there would be a percentage of that group of people that would judge the straight woman. I feel like there would be a percentage of that group that would assume, oh, it's not that you're not having kids because you don't want to, it's that you're not having kids because you're gay, or like,
I think there's like some inherent like homophobic benefits in that, where people are like, I don't even know how to talk about, I don't even know how to talk to this person, so I'm not even going to bring this up.
That's exactly where
I don't know what,
Or even a homophobic like assumption that like, oh, well, like good thing that you don't want kids because lesbos.
I was talking to this girl, and she told her dad that she definitely wants to have kids, and she's bisexual, and her dad just assumed that meant that she was going to end up with a man. And he was like, I thought that was all resolved. As if your bisexuality is something to be resolved, as if there's like an end point. But like, I just thought that was really, kind of, I was like, oh, damn, this guy's like so stupid.
That was so funny. What a dummy.
I mean, he is. He's a dummy. The guy's the guy's a fucking doctor. He should know.
Ew, really? That's
a doctor?
That's sad.
Homophobia is everywhere.
I know, but you just don't. You
In the
just
medical
wish.
field?
You just wish.
I had a really funny moment with an ally the other night. Jen took me to her friend's, like one of her close friends' housewarming party. Fucking hit it off with the boys. Jen's guy friends from high school.
You just one of the boys, man.
Oh my God, fucking hit it off with the boys. And then I was talking to one of the boys and he was like, so I'm like, I love Bachelor stuff, like Bachelor Nation, like that kind of thing. And I've done a number of like Bachelor podcasts. And he saw me on one and he was like, he thought this one guy from Bachelor Nation was gay. And he was like, so what do you think of so-and-so? Like, don't you think he's gay? And I was like, oh, I don't know. Like, why do you think that? And then he was like talking about why this guy was hammered, by the way. He's drunk. And he was talking about why he thought this guy was gay. And I was like, oh man, I hadn't thought about it. And then he sort of like pulled back and he was like, I'm sorry, man. I'm so sorry. And I was like, why? And then it took me like a full hour to realize he thought that he was being homophobic. And he was like deeply apologetic to me.
Like,
he was
wait
like,
a minute.
I'm so sorry that
drunk
I thought this. Exactly. That's exactly what it was. He was so upset. He really thought that he had done something homophobic and was just so. And I was like, no, bro, I think everybody's gay. Tell me why do you think he's gay? Like you are preaching to the choir right now. Tell me. I am always down to hear why you think somebody's gay.
That's so good.
That's like allyship 101. No, but in still thinking about what Mac was saying about having the conversation around kids, having it in a straight passing or straight relationship versus having it in a queer relationship, I think there's the added layer of, like Ashley, on last episode, you were talking about how you feel a responsibility to carry, to like take that burden off of Jen because of her, you know, all the reasons you talked about last week. And
her hot little bod.
Yes,
Say what you're thinking.
You just don't. You don't want to change her hot little bod. She has a hot little bod, and you don't know
She's
what a little
so
baby
small.
would do
She's
to it.
physically very tiny. She can't help that.
Yeah. But there's a sense of like, oh, there's recognition of the burden of pregnancy and childbearing, and that.
Oh, you're
I
so
feel
right.
like often goes undiscussed in straight relationships because the guy can't do it, right? Unless you're in a trans relationship and all of that. And then on top of that, where I feel like that could be implemented into a straight relationship is like the burden of the child rearing.
Rearing?
Like the raising of the child.
Oh.
Right? And again, I also feel like that conversation maybe kind of naturally leads after. In a queer relationship, you're talking about who's going to carry, what process do you want to go through, donor information, surrogacy, whatever, all of those different pieces. Yeah. I feel like naturally the conversation also then goes into expectations around child rearing and responsibilities. Whereas again, in a straight relationship, that's just assumed for the most part. I hope that's changing.
Yeah. It's like what we were saying last episode about like the societal view of pregnancy. Like when I think of pregnancy in our society, I'm like, oh yeah, it's not that big of a deal. Like somebody gets pregnant, congratulations, they're gonna have a baby. And then you just don't think about it. Whereas if it was yourself, it's like, it's terrifying. It's lots of conversations that you need to have or aren't having potentially if you don't have a partner that's having those conversations with you. Like it just feels so different. And I'm saying this to say I agree with what you're saying. Because when I think about other people being pregnant, I don't think of it as a big deal.
Well, why would you pursue like mommy blogs if you don't need to read them? Like, you know what I mean? Like if you're not, like the community is so isolated. I was thinking about this a lot in like thinking about like, oh, how much do I want to talk about my egg freezing thing? And I was like, oh, I really want to talk about this because like I have I probably have above average level of knowledge about this and I still have never heard anybody talk about this. So it's like, you know, like that's one of the reasons why I decided to share. But like, why would you? It's so isolating. It's such an isolated experience. Like I can't even imagine for people who are like struggling to get pregnant, like that is such an isolating experience. And you know, why would you pay attention to that if you like don't, you're like, oh, I'm going to do that. It's seen as such a transient thing.
Yeah.
You're like, but the reality is like If that girl who studied abroad in Barcelona for 6 months is going to talk about it nonstop, how could you not talk about the thing that you're potentially going to be locked into for several years of your life? Like,
Yeah.
you are pregnant for several years of your life if you're having 2 kids, you know? So it's like, it's really crazy.
Yeah,
Dude, and like,
absolutely.
I know I'm not gonna have kids, and my girlfriend shouldn't carry. She's a gen. She shouldn't carry.
She's very small.
Itty
So,
bitty
like,
hot
if-
little bod.
Yeah. If we did adopt,
No, I feel you, bro. No, I feel you, bro.
I totally, bro. I mean,
Like father, like son.
yeah. But if we were gonna adopt, then sure we would adopt. But like, if Mattia got pregnant, I'm pregnant too. You know what I mean? Like, that's my baby too. Like, I'm gonna be. If we're not in the same state, we'll be in the same state. Like, I am gonna be her right wing.
Jen's tits are huge right now, and I don't know if like she's having sympathy. She's having sympathy.
Sympathy tit?
This is okay. But like I'm bloated. My tits are huge. Like I'm just like really bloated. I'm like carrying weight differently. It's and I wonder if she's getting any sympathy hormones.
You do hear about people with breasts having like sympathy lactation sometimes around babies. You do hear about that, or like
serious?
Yeah, or
around babies in general, around just their
sometimes like, around like you'll hear about somebody who's like, let's say recently had a baby, hearing a baby crying and you start lactating, or like surrogacy breastfeeding.
Like anyone can do that. Like technically I could stand next to a baby and a mother.
I mean, probably technically, but I think it's probably unlikely.
Yeah,
it's just another reason to stay away from kids.
It just makes sense. Like many other mammals have, and animals have periods of time where they're all in heat. They're all like of course there's like something in the air
do
that's
it
like
together.
Yeah, I do it together.
And this again, going back to like being in a straight relationship, I think about where you're saying it's so isolating. I almost feel like it would be more isolating on both partners' part in a straight relationship, because as the woman or the person who's carrying the baby, you have the isolating experience of being pregnant that your partner doesn't have and in most cases can't have. And then on the other side of it, there's the isolating experience of not being able to know what your partner is going through. Yeah,
I really want to do both. I'm like, I know Jen wants to get pregnant. So I'm really excited to do both because the jokes are just going to be out of control. Like I'm going to have so many fucking jokes, dude. The content.
Yeah. The content. I feel like unless something were to happen, let's say I wanted to have 2 kids. I feel like unless something were to happen during the first pregnancy or birth that was like traumatic and was like, this isn't going to happen for me again, I feel like I would carry both times. But I also know, oh my God, I know for a fact that my partner would be like, Mac, how you're saying if Mattia was pregnant, it's my baby. Like, I can just imagine my partner beside me in pregnancy, and it would be her pregnancy too.
For sure.
Like,
for sure.
Yeah.
That's so true. Does part of you kind of like want to experience the pregnancy for that reason?
Yeah, well,
like,
that's the part that like doesn't feel terrifying, is like the like being pregnant and then like being held. No, I am going to be such a bitch. I am going to be such a cunt. Oh my God. I already feel so bad for Jen. Like I've been so snippy with this fucking estrogen. I've been so fucking snippy. I've been like kind of a whore, and but not just, a barren whore. No. A fucking most fertile whore. But I've already been like a little bit like I don't even want to tell you. They're so unnecessary. Just like little, like just little snips. Give us one. Okay, so do you ever like follow a recipe from Instagram? And no.
Yes, but it's a pain because especially if it's like a video.
Yes. We've had that experience. So a couple times while we've been cooking, I taste because I'm like, I don't trust these Instagram bitches. No one ever tastes it. So we were trying this recipe and I didn't taste it during. And it did turn out to be a pretty shitty recipe. So because Jen's a good cook. So I tasted it and I was like, yeah, this is bad. Literally after she had been slaving over the stove for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh no, I'm sorry. Oh no, I'm sorry. Oh no, we can't
I'm
learn
sorry,
what
but you put
recipes
this
are.
inedible slop in front of me. What do you expect?
I know. So thankfully that wasn't the only thing we were eating that night. And the other thing was delicious. And you kind of have to try these recipes in order to like figure out who you like and who you don't like and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like, I felt so bad. And there's been a couple little things like that I've just been kind of like a little
on
more
edge.
Yeah, a little on edge. Yeah.
Just speak
So
in your
during
mind.
pregnancy,
You don't have that
gonna be-
filter there.
Oh, I'm going to be such a bitch, dude. And in some ways, I think she is the better partner to like, she's just so much more chill than I am. So like, I do think she is actually the better dad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. Because she lets things roll off of her. Whereas if
Yeah.
she called my cooking bad, I'd be thinking about it for years.
Yep. No, what you're describing is like me and my partner too. So I'm like, okay, maybe this is the right choice. This is making more and more sense the more that we talk.
I don't want people to think that I criticize my girlfriend like that, like on a regular basis.
you didn't
Dude,
even.
you're on
That didn't even
estrogen.
sound.
Estrogen.
Nobody thinks you're a bad partner. They just
I
think
haven't
that you're
come in like a
fucking
week,
fertile,
okay?
man.
Ooh.
My clit is mush.
We never really did get a descriptor of what that's.
I am Ashley Gavin. I am your father. My clit is mush.
Still.
Thank you for listening to the Chosen Family podcast.
My
Every
name's
week-
ALAYNA.
Do it. No, you'd fucking do it.
Ooh. Ooh.
You fucking
My
do
name-
it.
Boop.
This soup is bad.
And my-
You fucking do it.
And my name's Lena Joy, and I'm your mom.
I'm Mac and Jimmy. I'm your hot teenage brother.
Baby.
We
Mac
shouldn't
is
fight in front of baby.
It's true.
Every
stop
week we
being-
gather around the family dinner table to talk about things. We are funny, and you should tell your friends about this podcast. Okay?
Please.
Tell your friends.
Yeah, and you should rate and review, and you should share. And if you are on our Patreon, patreon.com/Chosen Family Podcast, you can submit a question, and we will answer it.
Yes,
And we
that's
love
the
you
only
more.
Place
And
that
you
can
are the
submit
favorite.
Questions. Also, we have bonus content over there.
Yes,
we
we
have,
do.
I think
We don't
right
talk
now
about
we
that
have
enough.
7 or 8 full-size bonus episodes. So if once a week isn't enough, sign up over on the Patreon. Does anybody have updates? Anything they want to share?
I went to IKEA for the first time.
Incredible update.
Ooh.
Okay. Hold on. It was not what I expected.
No, I don't like it in there.
False marketing.
Excuse me?
False
I thought I
marketing.
was going to go inside. From the way that the lesbians talk about it, I thought I was going to walk in,
Lesbians.
be greeted with a smile and like a complimentary tape measure and just like walk through and everything
one of
would
those
be
on your
grouped
phone.
together.
Okay.
No, I brought my own, so it was fine. I like BYOT, but
Mac walks in with a tool belt on,
I literally
Forgot
had a
to take
tape
her
measure
mouth
clipped
tape
on
off.
my belt.
mouth tape on, satchel of doubloons ready to go.
She's ready. Binoculars
I
slung
love this
over her
character.
shoulder.
This is like my dream to like go out like in the woods like this. But anyway.
And you can do it. You can dream it, you can do it.
Okay, IKEA is like where I thought it was gonna be calm. It's like where the clubbing lesbians go during the day.
Calm.
It's not where the
There's something
clubbing
everywhere.
lesbians
There's, like-
go for the day. But yes, for someone like you, Mac, it might be a little overstimulating. I could see
And
that.
also,
Compared to
okay.
New York City, IKEA is a dream.
Compared
IKEA
to
is
alone
wonderful.
in my apartment, IKEA is the 7th layer of hell.
Well, you guys are weak.
I hate it in there.
I mean,
I love
yeah.
IKEA. I love IKEA.
Hey,
hacks.
hot take. I hate Costco.
Me too now.
I love
Ever since
the
I moved here, I don't
product.
like it anymore.
I love when my girlfriend brings home stuff from Costco. Great value, great quality. I would like to never step foot in a Costco or IKEA ever again in my whole life.
Okay.
I enjoy
Elena?
IKEA. I enjoy Target. I enjoy. It's just fun. It's just fun. It's
I have
just a
good
good
family
time.
memories from Target. So
Elena, you would like the Costco in Missouri. I
don't think I
loved
would.
my I loved my Missouri Costco.
but
Quiet, not busy,
Right.
but still all the benefits of the product.
Okay.
I moved here.
Okay.
Was so excited to go to Costco for the first time when I got here. I was like, oh, it's a little bigger. Like, they probably have cooler stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they have
I
cooler
dread it.
samples?
The other day,
Globalization.
me and my girlfriend drove to Costco, and I couldn't go inside, and we left.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't deal with it that day.
Sometimes there's a
In the
lineup
big
out
cities,
the door.
Insane. It's so busy. You can't really drive a cart. There's people everywhere. Everybody's like pushing and
Yeah.
You guys are weak.
Everything
you
in there
guys
is so
really,
big.
No, you guys are weak. Everything in there is so big. That's the whole fucking thing, Alayna. You're not upset when your girlfriend comes home with like a fucking gallon of marshmallows, vegan marshmallows.
No, avocados. That's
Yeah.
that's the Costco ticket item. Avocados.
You
Oh
have
my
to
God.
make the
Can you
trip,
order
though.
them
You
online?
still have
There's
to go.
nothing like a Costco avocado.
It's so worth it.
Huge.
No, they're huge and like. Oh,
You seen the avocados on this?
Yes, exactly.
Well, I like IKEA. I like
Okay.
IKEA hacks. I like going on the internet.
Listen, the furniture itself,
Mm-hmm.
I like the furniture.
Mm-hmm.
Great. I got like, I'm looking at a shelf
Oh, yeah.
that I bought.
Shelves,
It was
IKEA.
easy to put together. I put it together in like 10
Drawers,
minutes. It's just,
IKEA.
it's sturdy.
Yeah.
Love the product.
No quam with the
The other
product.
thing I didn't like was it was cool to
The
see the
meatballs.
rooms. I didn't try the meatballs.
Okay.
It was cool to see the rooms.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
need to see, I had a list with a pencil,
Yeah.
and I need to see every product that they offer of that thing in one spot so I can
Yeah.
look at them next to each other.
They
Going
kind of
from
have
room
that.
to
Do that
room-
on the internet.
They kind of have that.
They can't have all of it out.
Bookshelves
That's
and everything.
so many things.
But I
There's-
mean, that's how other stores do it.
don't
Instead
have
of
as
putting
wide
it in
a-
the rooms.
They don't have as wide an inventory, and the whole thing with IKEA that makes it so incredible is their shipping. They have like the products
Oh,
are
what's
so everything is so compact, like the way
Yeah.
that they ship everything.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
they have to keep it all in the boxes for the inventory. They can't just have everything out like that.
No, I don't mean
Ordering
like
it online
have
is good.
everything out. I mean like have everything in the same area. So like as opposed to me going into 4 bedroom sets and seeing a dresser in each one of those bedroom sets, I wanted to see them all in the same area so that I could look at them next to each other.
My IKEA here
Can
does
I-
that.
Can I flip this for you? That's crazy.
Yeah.
You want to see them in the bedroom sets because you want the design inspo. Because what's amazing about IKEA is that it's so cheap, it's so easy to ship, and yet it actually looks really nice when they do a good job and they show you how you can decorate. Because most people can't decorate. Guys, okay, let me come out right now.
Ooh. Oh.
I'm really into interior decorating.
Oh, we know
And-
this.
Totally called
And,
that.
We know
like,
this.
Antiquing and like floral
Yeah.
arrangements and stuff like that.
Ashley, the first week on this podcast, you drew out a diagram of your bedroom and you were talking about what
And
you were
it's
going to
almost
put
fixed.
where.
And it's almost fixed. Okay, but now I'm like, because Jen's fully moved in and we've like put a little more time into actually going, and being fruitful with these designs that I've put into place. And I have like, I fixed my first dresser and I had something shipped from like a place that I found on the road. I don't know. I like my IKEA, my Pinterest board is like way more active. I feel like I have a real hobby now, and I've never really had a hobby. As
we started
a-
with flower bouquets and now we're here.
Yeah, I think I'm like fully in this like weird little design. Like
That's
I feel like I would have had a
thing,
better
yeah.
time at IKEA if I went with you.
Oh,
I'm
probably.
good, and you know what? I'm here to say I am good at it. I'm not a
believe-
professional.
I believe
I
you.
but it's a
that.
hobby that I am good at,
I believe that.
and I can't wait till I'm done and I can show people what everything looks like on the internet.
Yeah, and then you'll
But
send
it's
us
taking
pictures.
time. Yeah, I'll send some pictures. But I keep getting compliments now. Everyone's coming in and being like, "Oh, it looks so nice." So I would
Okay,
love to.
can you send us pictures of what it looks like now? Like
Yeah.
not necessarily now, but just
Yeah.
like after this, so we
Yeah,
can
I don't
see.
know what your apartment looks like at all.
I'll send it
I
to you.
just know the poster, the really nice.
That
poster.
corner is so good.
That's all I know.
That corner is so good.
It's really good.
the one
It's
poster.
really good.
I'll never
No,
forget.
there's also a book and two little nice lamps and a nice plant. So I don't know. That's kind of an update. I've gotten really into it, and like I watched a YouTube video on floral arrangement yesterday. That
Yeah,
is
you
something I
did.
would
This is a
never
hobby. You have
ever
a
do.
hobby.
I have a hobby. Thank you, patrons.
Dad's got a hobby. It's so healthy. That's so healthy.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, I have.
Do you
Okay,
have a
my
hobby,
update.
Alayna?
Sorry?
Do you have a hobby?
Climbing probably would be my hobby. Climbing.
Do you have expensive taste when it comes to perfume?
Do you ever end up with a shelf full of half-used bottles?
Well, with Scentbird, you can maintain your excellent taste and mix up your fragrance routine without breaking the bank. They're not sample sizes. Like, this is, you get a solid amount of perfume. I went for 2 of their commodity perfumes as well as a heretic scent because they're cruelty-free, and they smell expensive.
My biggest thing with finding a new scent is when you order it online, you can read the notes, but so often I feel like I would read them and then I order it and I hated the way it smelled. I'm currently using Scentbird to try out a few different colognes and perfumes before I buy the full version. Scentbird is a fragrance subscription service that gives you the opportunity to shop from over 700 brands. It's also a flexible subscription, so you can skip any month or pause without penalties.
Scentbird lets you choose a new designer fragrance to try every month for just $17. And there are no surprises. Every month you get to pick what you want to receive, and Scentbird will send you a 30-day supply.
They have perfumes, colognes, tons of gender-neutral options, and their products are available both in the US and Canada. Finally, a brand that is also available in Canada.
And with an exclusive offer just for our listeners, you can get 55% off your first month today. That's only $8 for your first fragrance.
Go to Scentbird.com and use our code CHOSENFAMILY for 55% off your first month. Again, that's SCENT bird.com for you to try your first perfume or cologne for just $8.
Sign on, smell amazing. I've cycled through every hobby in the book. I go through
I feel like that happens when you don't realize you're gay.
Oh.
Just trying to stay distracted.
Just trying to figure out like what you're like, why don't I feel comfortable with my personality? I should try all these different personalities on and figure out who I am.
Interesting. Alayna is resonating with that.
Wait, because I haven't cycled through a hobby since I came out.
There you go.
I found
Actually,
climbing, and this is the longest I've ever stuck with a hobby.
I am the most underrated podcast host. I am
You're not
so underrated.
Yeah, underrated. I think you're pretty well rated.
You have 2
I would say
award-winning
there's a
podcasts.
contingency of people out there who don't realize the value of my work.
Fuck off.
Well, we don't hear from them.
Thank you, Mac.
I've never heard any of them.
Oh,
say
I've
anything on the internet.
heard from them.
They're really quiet, so they're just like not really around.
Okay.
You gotta really go looking for them.
Alayna, Airbnbs in Canada are dirt cheap.
Come to
Did
Canada.
you know that?
That's because the economy is collapsing. Their dollar isn't worth anything.
Well, I don't care. Their Airbnbs are cheap. Ashley, whenever you're free, we should all go to Canada.
Please
because I can
come,
do that now.
and I'll take you climbing. Okay,
I have a
but
question.
Oh,
Can I drive there? Genuinely. Like,
yes,
I can drive there.
yes.
Ashley has something to say.
You can.
Nope. No, I don't have anything to say.
Well, maybe I
don't think
won't,
that's a
because if
massive
I
waste
go
of
on a
time.
plane, I can get a trading card.
If it takes you going up to the pilot and trading a doubloon,
you literally meant like drive from LA to here?
what a massive waste of time.
Oh no, sorry. I thought you were asking like if your driver's license is valid here. Don't drive to here.
Such a waste of time,
You
Mac.
can drive when you get here. Don't
Mac,
drive here.
you just need to face your fears, okay?
Please, Mac. The flight from LA to Vancouver is easy. It's short. It's quick.
How big's the plane?
A normal size.
I just want you to-
average size plane.
Okay.
Two rows.
Whatever size
3
makes
seats
you
each.
feel more comfortable, Mac, that's the size that
It's
it
a
is.
good size. It's a dependable size. No, I'm with you, Mac. I get it. about the size
I
of the
hope
plane.
you know that I look at the plane and what kind of plane it is before I get on any flight, so
I
I'll know
do
if
as
it's
well.
not the size
You
that I'm
need
hoping
to
it is.
stop doing that, and you need to just jump
I do it
in.
too. No,
Listen,
I do it
I'm
too.
gonna go, especially if there's trading cards involved. But I will know about it before.
What if I told
What
you
if I
your
told you-
HP goes up every time you get on a plane, Mac?
What if I told you I'd have
What if I
doubloons?
told you
I'd have
level up?
doubloons waiting.
I have to put
What if I gamify this for you? What if I build an app that tells you your
Guys, I'm
your
not
resting
a
heart rate?
gamer.
What if I told you I built an app
I'm a
that tells
kid
you
with a dream
your
for
resting
doubloons.
heart rate goes down a little bit every time that you take a flight?
I would be interested in that.
Yeah,
Resting
that's
heart
what I'm
rate
talking
down.
about.
Recovery time down. Endurance
Yep.
up.
Yep.
I
HP
would
up.
if I thought I was like doing it for something that was gonna
How about
Like if,
saving you 3
How
days
about
of
your
travel off your
relationship
fucking
with your
life?
mother?
What?
wow.
Oh,
Oh, I thought you meant my literal mom.
No.
I was like, ouch.
Well, that too, because you could probably fly go see her.
I do
no,
feel.
but I mean, I literally was looking at Airbnbs. Like, I'm down to like find a time.
It's not. Well,
Have
yeah.
you like looked at the Delta system though? It is very gamified and it's super addicting.
I haven't. I think
You
I've
should.
flown Delta one time in my entire life.
Well, I'm a Delta girly. I've been Diamond for 2 years now. Okay, I get upgrades on everything. Should we take a question?
Does anyone have anything else they would like to say before we?
Well, I was gonna say I have just a thing that I thought that you are probably at first you're gonna be mad at me, but then you're gonna be proud of me.
Oh my God.
Oh no!
Please
Okay,
don't tell me you
wait,
took that
are you
social
sure you want to
media
say
job.
this week?
Yeah, because you're gonna be mad and then you're gonna be proud.
I'm full of eggs, Elena. Estrogen.
Yeah.
No, and I can say it quick because I am proud and I'm gonna ride this wave and I'm
I will
determined.
wait till the end. I won't get mad. I'll just seethe.
Okay.
You might maybe mute your mic, Ashley.
So the long and short of it is that I signed up for a weekend training it's like a workshop for
For what?
work and for school. I've signed
What
up
is it?
for-
What is it?
It's a therapeutic modality that I was curious about, and then there was a training available, so I signed up
Okay.
for this workshop.
Okay.
Sounds very useful.
Right. And in my thinking, I was like, I signed up for this like a couple months ago because I was like, school is just going to be starting. Ashley?
No, I'm listening.
Seethe?
Actually,
Silently.
so good.
I don't think
actually.
this is so bad so far.
It's not. This is what I'm saying. It's just a little thing, but I'm still proud. So I signed up months ago. I was like, school's just going to be starting. It's not going to be too intense yet. This is perfect. I'll have capacity. It'll be great. I want to go to this training. So I went to day one, and I was exhausted and miserable because even though school has just started, I'm exhausted already. It's a lot, and my weekends are the only light in this darkness. No, just kidding.
Jesus Christ.
No, that was no. Really, I'm enjoying school. I'm
I'm
enjoying
supposed
class.
to be angry right now. I'm like
No.
very concerned.
No. No, things are good. I'm actually enjoying classes. Things are good. It's a lot, right? So I look forward to the weekend when I can rest.
Yeah.
So I signed up
The
for this
only
weekend
light in the
thing.
darkness. I heard you. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We heard you.
And I went to day one.
An oasis in a never-ending desert. I understand.
And I
An
was
island on an
tired,
endless sea of storms. Got it.
and I was miserable, and it was desert and darkness all around. And so I thought, you know what? I keep telling anybody that will listen about how busy I am, how overwhelmed I am, how tired I am, how I have too much on my plate. And yet,
Anyone who will listen.
and
The barista at Starbucks. You didn't even order a drink, ma'am. What do you...
Ma'am, I said you can use the bathroom. It's down the hallway.
And so, why am I doing this? Like, why am I signing up for extra stuff? Why am I doing this? And so I didn't go to the second day.
Elena, I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
I didn't go.
That's huge.
This is amazing.
It really felt like
Did
I
you
don't think
enjoy
I've-
your day?
Yes, I like so much, and the whole time I kept thinking I could be sitting in a conference room right now, like, and I'm not. I made a choice. I checked in. I thought, like, I knew that the only reason I would have gone back would be because I said I would. Because I said I would, because people are expecting me to. If I would go back, it wouldn't be for me. And so I didn't.
Blah. That's amazing, Elena. I'm really
Thanks.
proud of you.
This is so great.
Thank you. So I'm going to continue that momentum, and I'm going to, like, the practice has been like, oh, I need to say no to stuff, but I somehow made it okay that I'm still going to add extra stuff. Like, this isn't even like I had to say no to it.
Enjoy your fucking weekends, dude.
Thank you.
You deserve it.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
That's great.
Bleh.
Bleh.
And now
That's what-
I just feel like, bleh.
It's adorable.
So that's my update. I thought you guys would be proud.
Incredible update. Very proud of you.
That's
And now
amazing.
look at me in these recordings. I'm like, I feel like I have energy. I'm having fun.
You know, when you got on the call, I was like, Alayna looks full of life.
Thank you. And I'm not even on estrogen. I'm on having a weekend.
Maddie made this really funny comment the other day on the other pod that shan't be named, but is just so excellent. She was saying, excuse me?
Sorry, I was trying to think of a new way to insult the podcast instead of just like pretending I've never heard of it. So now I thought, okay, maybe we could make fun of like quality.
We had this woman on named
Alayna
Jonica.
misses one conference and just comes back and just thinks she can
Swinging.
roast everyone.
Swinging.
Back swinging.
No. It's been really, I actually feel like the last like 5-6 episodes have been really, really strong.
You have incredible guests.
I know. I'm about to say we have Jonica Booth from HBO Max's Rap Shit, which is a very popular show that I didn't really know much about, but then I was like, I have to watch this because she's like so funny, and it's executive produced by Issa Rae, so it's just like it was so fun, and I like just hit it off with her immediately, and I think she's gonna open for me when I go back to LA.
Cool.
So yeah, it was just so fun. But Maddie was saying, like, I'm not on T, I'm on E, I'm on estrogen, but I'm like super cis right now. I'm like a woman on estrogen.
Super cis.
I'm like the most cis I can be.
Super cis.
Yeah, I'm just like so cis. Oh, I'm so cis right now. And that's the opposite. I'm so cis right now. I'm so cis. But yeah. I'm just like, I'm all
full
booby
cis.
and
Booby and eggy.
snippy and eggy and
Glowy.
yeah, and glowing.
Dude, when we record in person, it's gonna be fucking crazy. Like all three of
It's gonna be
us.
Oh, I
nuts. It's
can't
gonna be so
wait.
fucking crazy.
Well, now you can come to Canada. You can actually do it. Mac,
I know.
do you want to pick a question today?
Yeah, you
try?
fucking
I'll
do
pick a
something, Mac.
question.
Mac, can we put you on merch for real? Like, I was thinking about this,
Yeah.
okay? Real talk, dad to son.
Okay, fuck you guys. I
Alayna
wish you
and
would have done
I-
this over winter break.
Alayna and I, like, have our set responsibilities, and you need to be doing something, and something that is not getting done is merch, okay?
this is-
and
Ashley just
we
got
don't
serious.
have time, and the
Yeah.
people want it. Okay. So, and
It's
I
true.
could be selling this live at shows, and that would make us a good amount of money, and it would be helpful for this podcast.
That's a good idea.
And the people want to buy it. So, Mac, will you just like find a designer and make merch, and then I have a
Alayna
merch
said
seller?
she had a designer. Am I making
It's
that
not
up?
happening.
We talked about it months ago.
It's not, Mac. It's not happening because Alayna is too busy. So you get the
Well-
contact info from Alayna, and you set this up. Okay.
Yeah, I'm saying I'll get it from Alayna, but I'd rather work with somebody that you guys have already worked with because, like, I'm the
I
only
have
one
a
here
seller.
that hasn't done merch. So, like,
She's
I
got
don't
a
want to
designer. So just like,
fuck it
can
up.
you just do it? But also, like, I believe in you. Can you like find a designer, please? Like, you are capable of doing this. You do. This is the most up your alley. You do these fit things. You make fitspo. You know what's
Yeah.
trendy. Come on.
yeah, you know what's trendy. You
I'm
could
down.
know what looks good.
You have to do it yourself, bud.
You
Here,
guys want
I'm
me to
sending
find
you
a
the-
designer?
Contact
Yeah.
info.
Yes. Do everything.
Guys, that makes me so nervous.
Here.
It doesn't even matter.
If
People are
Alayna
gonna buy
sends
it.
me, okay, thank you. That makes me feel like I'm down to like do it, but finding the person sketches me out because I've never like worked with somebody like that before.
Come on, Mac. You can do it. Am I being too harsh? Sorry, it's the estrogen.
No,
I just don't want to fuck
No,
it up,
it's
guys,
kind
because
of
I've never done
necessary
merch
because
before.
it's like we've been doing this now for over a year and we don't have merch. And people, yeah, they do
and
want
it
it.
feels like Mac's fault. I'm not gonna lie.
This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make facial expressions in solidarity with Mac, but I'm not going to verbally disagree.
Ah! Oh shit! Oh my god! You remember how last time I was like, "This is the hottest take Elena's ever made"? That was the fucking hottest take Elena's. No, Mac, are you okay? Oh,
I'm okay.
Oh,
I just don't want to fuck it up, guys.
No, you're not gonna
Mac,
fuck it
you're not gonna
up.
fuck it up.
You're not gonna fuck it up.
No,
Okay,
there's
then
nothing
I'm
to fuck
fine.
up. Like,
Sorry,
it's-
sometimes I ride this line between motivational coach and bitch, and like they're really the line between motivational coach and bitch is razor thin. I don't
razor
think people
thin
know
and
that.
different for every person that you're
Especially for a New
motivating.
Yorker.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, here, let me change it. I'm not going to say who, but I feel that one of us does have the time to do merch. And
I really wish this would have been a thing over winter break because now I'm in school and so I actually like have much less time. But it's fine.
This is really all you have to do. Because
some
I
of us
sent
are
you the
creating
contact.
life.
I sent you the contact information.
I can do this. I have the contact info.
Okay. If you just message and explain what we're looking for.
And Mac,
ask
I
that
have a
person.
seller. I have like an online
Exactly.
talked
Ashley
about him
has
thing. I got that.
So all we need are the designs. So if you send the
Danny, can you cut this up in a way that makes us feel more friendly than attacking? Thank you.
Well, but leave a little bit of the attacking because it was kind of fun.
Leave that Alayna said that so that the audience doesn't hate me.
Okay, let me look for a
Leave
question now.
the part where Ashley like super attacks Mac and cut any parts where I agree with her.
Alayna, I love this side of you. I'm not joking. I love this.
I'm having fun.
I love like when a femme like gets a little mean.
You've said that.
You have said that exact word for word on the pod before.
Oh, and I like when you make that face.
Oh, thank you, Alayna.
Oh.
What's going on, Mac? Do we need to find a question? There's a lot on Mac's plate right now. Maybe we need to find a question.
I'm
No,
scrolling.
I'm looking. I just had to download Discord. I had to download Discord, actually.
We are at the end. We are at the end of the episode, you guys.
One moment.
Actually, I actually have to download Discord, actually.
Oh, my apologies.
My apologies.
I'm wanting to fail on my end.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp.
A common misconception about relationships is that they have to be easy in order to be right. But oftentimes, great relationships require a lot of work from both parties. That's normal.
Therapy can be a place to work through the challenges you face in all of your relationships, whether they're with friends, acquaintances, coworkers, or a significant other.
This is the main thing that I used my BetterHelp therapist for, was talking about relationships and my place in them. Being able to go to therapy each week and talk about that is invaluable.
I've been in therapy for years. It's the cornerstone of my mental health. And whether you're feeling good or bad, there's always something to unlock in therapy.
So if you're thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try.
It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule.
Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge.
Become your own soulmate, whether you're looking for one or not.
Visit betterhelp.com/chosenfamily today to get 10% off your first month.
That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/chosenfamily.
And the most recent question that has been asked is...
What?
How do I get comfortable with getting sexually involved with women when I have a lot of internalized homophobia from religion and shame for even wanting to explore?
Wow.
I feel so much shame to the point where I shut down and feel very guilty for wanting to even do anything. It's getting very frustrating because all I want to do is have fun, and there's this block that's in the way, and it's painful.
Wow, that is a great question. And thank you for being so vulnerable. That's a lovely question.
That is so tough.
I am gonna defer because I have been fingering women since I was 14. So however much guilt and shame I had, it did not prevent me from just absolutely dripping all the time for girls and going after it. Go on.
Yeah,
Alayna,
I'm right there with Ashley, actually. The desire to drip for girls was more than the religious.
The desire was way outweighed the,
Yeah, okay, let me just, I'm scanning the question again just to make sure I understand it.
Very therapy of you, Alayna.
So much shame to the point where I shut down and feel very guilty for wanting to even do. Yeah, so okay, start small. Maybe start with other areas of your life where you feel shame and guilt and see if you can kind of titrate, build your capacity by starting with those smaller pieces.
What was that word?
Titrate?
What does that mean?
Titrate is like change the dose or change the amount in small increments to find the right
That was the
balance.
first time I've ever seen Ashley not know the definition of a word because she's so smart. That
Thank
was
you
really
so
cute.
much.
Smart big brain. So
I read.
Smart big universe
And she said,
brain.
she went, what was that word?
I like to learn
Your kids are gonna be so smart.
I know they're gonna be so fucking smart,
They're
dude.
gonna be so fucking smart.
It's just such a deep. That is
Yes.
a question that can't really fully be addressed on a podcast. That is a question that needs to be addressed in therapy with a therapist who is competent in doing past work like that. Like I would say still stay away from CBT. I mean, you could, but it's not really going to address the underlying shame and guilt piece. Because, and I don't know if this is helpful or not, but something that helped me was understanding the difference between guilt and shame, because you mentioned both. Guilt is the understanding, the feeling that you've done something wrong. I did something wrong, so I feel guilty. Shame is I am something wrong. I am bad.
Bro.
Shame is like an internalization of guilt, where you now believe it like says something deeper about you. So
Yeah.
addressing
Like guilt
shame,
is like a feeling, shame is like an identity kind of.
Yeah. Guilt is I did something bad. Shame is I am bad.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, also, I think this doesn't relate directly to the
Shame.
sex stuff, but as
I
far
feel
as like religion from shame or shame from religion,
Ashley's having a crisis.
I thought I was having guilt issues, but it turns out I have shame.
Mm-hmm.
actually, no.
No, it's okay.
It goes deep.
Do you want to talk about it?
No.
I figured, but I
Look
thought
at her
I'd
face.
ask
Do you think she
anyway.
wants to talk about it right now? Okay, Mac, what were you going to say?
As far as like the religion piece and feeling shame, it was really helpful for me when I was a lot younger to like actually find, there are a lot of accounts on different social media platforms, and this is a time when I think a parasocial relationship is great. If you can't find something in your religion in person, like a church that's accepting, and I'm not saying you have to continue pursuing your religion, but it was helpful for me, despite not pursuing my religion, to discover different voices in that religion. So to discover people that are telling you that it's okay that you're gay and it's not a sin, because it is okay and it is not a sin. And like, even if you don't subscribe to that religion still, or you're getting away from that religion, or maybe you are still subscribed to that religion, it's helpful to understand that people that are bigoted or homophobic in the religion don't speak for the religion most of the time. I think that when you get to the root of it a lot of the time, you just discover that like it's a mistranslation of text, or a misrepresentation of what the religion
a politicized
is.
reading
Yes,
of
thank
the
you.
text.
Have you guys heard of that documentary? The mistranslation that changed a culture or something?
Yeah.
1946?
Dude, when my mom found out about the mistranslations of the Bible, like by the Catholic Church, she was fucking pissed. She was so pissed. Because my mom has done like a lot of self-reflection, and like she raised us in the church and everything, and she gets so pissed about it now because she's like, I wish I'd known that I was being manipulated and blah, 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 and all this stuff. And I love
It's
my
just
mom.
so funny because, like, in order for her to really do her thing, she'd really have to know Latin, you know? Like, I feel like it's been translated so many fucking times. And, like, yeah. That's such a great answer, Mac. I mean, I don't know if this is helpful for people, but I had a lot of guilt around sex as a younger person, but more just feeling like shame after sex. And I talked about it in therapy, and it was not easy for me to say to my ancient therapist, who I had known since I was a child, like, hey, I have sex with this woman and then I feel like weird after. And it really only took, like, mine was so much less than this person's describing, but like, it really was like pretty effective, pretty fast, just to talk about it and like kind of talk it out and like hear someone say that that's normal and like you don't have to be feeling that way, and to sort of like identify what it is that when I have that feeling, to be like, oh, that's that creeping sensation of shame, guilt, like that doesn't have to be there.
Shame thrives in silence, right?
Yeah.
So like that is the antidote really to shame, is to talk about it, to voice it, to put it out there.
Honestly,
to
just hit me up every time you have like a sexual win and I'll give you a thumbs up in the DM.
Okay, there we go. In the Discord.
Yeah,
Let us
seriously.
know every time.
Seriously.
so funny.
I'm not even joking. If I knew that was going to help somebody, I'd be like, yeah, just let me know that you like fingered a girl and I'll give you like a high five emoji.
But
Dude,
and that being
I'm gonna
said,
do that.
start
Are you
small.
kidding me?
Start small.
Yeah, kiss a girl and then I'll give you the high five.
I mean, I think that's
also,
as
I
good
sound
of
like
an
a pervert.
answer.
I sound like I just want people to DM me their sexual experience. I apologize.
I think we get that was a good answer. If you feel comfortable, seek out religious figures or religious accounts that support you. Shame breeds and lives in silence.
Yeah.
So talk about your experience and then start small. I think that's a good, yeah.
And I just
that's
want to reiterate, like, you don't have to be continually subscribing to the religion.
No.
And, like, seeking out this rebuttal for what you've been told isn't a reflection of you wanting to continue to be subscribed. If you don't, it's just, if this is something that is stressing you out and causing you so much strife, you're essentially fighting fire with fire in like this same realm.
Yep.
If the religious thing is the piece that is making you feel this way,
Yep.
then find a religious solution to it so that you can close that chapter and move on. Like, it doesn't have to be something that you continue to believe or like continue to subscribe to, or
Yeah.
it was just useful for me in that way.
I remember not too long ago I was watching a documentary or something and hearing a pastor talk openly about, they were speaking with a queer person who had experienced a lot of pain and hurt in their childhood church, and just saying a lot of affirming and welcoming, validating things. And me, someone who's far removed from religion at this point, it like hit me.
I like watching those, honestly,
Yeah.
because like, even though I'm past that and I don't feel shame around it anymore, it's still nice to hear, because you still hear the other stuff, like the bad stuff from that religion. It pops up every now and then. So it's like when the good stuff pops up, I like to also hear that. It's just balance.
That's a good suggestion. Good job,
Yeah,
guys.
I mean, I think it might even come back to that like whole thing. You need 5 positive interactions to negate one negative interaction.
So true. That's a good point.
I think like it's good to have, some positive interactions to make up for all those negative ones in this space.
So true, guys. So valid. So slay.
What did we have
Great
for dinner?
job,
Because we
guys.
forgot to say that on the last one. And it should have been eggs on the last one.
Absolutely, it should have been eggs. This time,
Ooh.
I shamed Mac over and over again.
Yeah, I think you guys force fed me a
something
t-shirt.
healthy.
Feeding
A
tube.
merch t-shirt.
Okay. I was gonna say we've made you eat your vegetables. How about that?
Yeah,
Made
I like
me.
that.
Hold on. Made me.
Yes, absolutely made
I
you.
love
Force-fed.
vegetables. I don't want this
Brussels sprouts?
misconception running rampant. I love Brussels
Do
sprouts.
you love your vegetables? Because it feels like we had to tell you to eat them.
And then when we told you to eat them, you were like, I thought Alayna was gonna eat them. Alayna's
Yeah.
not eating her vegetables. Why do I have to eat my vegetables? And then Ashley was like, well, Alayna ate everything else that was on her plate, so she's allowed to
Including
eat
the plate.
vegetables. Yeah, she also did eat the plate.
She was licking the table when we found her.
It's so weird. Alayna and I have 2 giant chomp marks out of the table, and we're both just like bending over and vomiting, and
Yep.
it's so weird. Mac
We've
has like
ate
a
so
full
much, we're
plate
puking.
And I'm like
vegetables
hungry
right in
and like
front of
I
them.
should eat the
Yeah.
table. Sounds like I got a lot of wood to take care of.
And on that note,
On that note, patreon.com/chosenfamilypodcast. If you aren't already supporting us on there, it really makes a difference. We say it every time, but truly that's the only reason that this podcast is possible. There are 3 of us. We are queer women. Nobody wants to advertise with us because of all the clit talk.
goodbye.
Bye, love you.
Bye.
Chosen Family is a Forever Dog production, hosted by Ashley Gavin, Alayna Joy, and Mac INGEMI. Edited by Danny Jewell, executive produced by Mariah Nicholas. Forever Dog Productions is Joe Cilio, Alex Ramsey, and Brett Boehm.
Forever.